Okay, last thing I'm gonna do today is it's a Sunday, so it's really for me. I think it's the most important day of the week. Whether you go to church or you have some sort of spiritual practice, it's the day that everybody recharges or tries to recharge. But then it's also the day that people pre-charge their week. So for different people, it means different things. I'm just gonna read off some of the things that happen on my Sunday, and then you can jump in every day. For starters, like every day, here's just one of my journals. That's my journal for work. So I have a home journal that Melissa got me that I use for home, that's personal stuff. So, and you should have ones that separate the two. It's like the people that say, oh, I live at home and I work at home all the time. Okay, that's fine, but there really should be some separation if you're going to try to optimize both aspects. So on my Sunday, one of the things that's important, I always get exercise of some sort. It could be walking, it could be it could be like an active meditation, tai chi, yoga, qigong, something along those lines. You need to do. I'd like to do something personal development related. So it's a longer podcast, a seminar, a clinic, a book, something on YouTube, a class, an area where I can, improve. I'll usually do a decent amount of weekly review on this day, and meaning how did the week go, what went well, and what wasn't quite perfect, and then I try to look at how I could optimize what wasn't quite perfect. So the area where maybe I dropped the ball on something, or maybe I took a shot on something and it just didn't work out. That's okay. Learn from it and move forward. Then I check out the week that's coming up. I try to preview what I need to have going on my to-do list. Then I try to David Allen that situation, see how I can map it out so that I'm as efficient, effective, and ecological as possible as it relates to the week and what I have for time. Having 4 kids and a wife and everybody else has got things going on, and we all have goals, and they should be important if they're important to you. So your decisions will reflect what your values are. So if you don't value your family, then you won't make them a priority. If you don't value your personal development or your professional development, it shows with the way that you approach your work or your passion. So the next thing I do is I always do some goal setting as it relates to that. Basically your dreams with deadlines. I try not to pick more than 3 really critical goals that I can accomplish during the course of a day or a week. So, and that then brings into play like the movie or the book The Secret or the Law of Attraction, or the Kabbalion, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to get into any of that stuff with you, other than the fact that you need to ask for what you're looking for. You need to believe that you can achieve it. You need to physically experience that. And then in order to receive it, you need to take action. So it's not as much sitting down and saying, oh, this is what I want, but then you need to emotionally experience that, and then you need to get out there, determine what that project looks like, figure out the next action, and then again get in there and take that action. I go through my affirmations, my visualizations, the things that I did for the past week, and then the things that I might do for the following week. It's going to be different based on what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to go through my meal plan or meal prep. I'd go shopping if I needed to make sure that I had whatever I need to for the week to be sustainable, to be making sure my blood sugar stays where it needs to, that I optimize my recovery, and that integrates with the rest of the stuff that I do during the week. I don't eat the same way on a day that I'm going to have a higher output or a greater mental, physical, or emotional capacity for that day. So that needs to be reflected in what you're doing. If you're somebody who has to dress up for work, you might want to plan your outfits, because there's only a certain amount of decisions you really want to make in a day, and willpower that relates to that. That is a finite resource. So you don't want to just waste decisions on things like, do I wear this top or that top? Do that at the beginning of the week and get it out of the way. Then I'll usually do some sort of mind dump, decompress in whatever way I need to. Usually during that mind dump, like I showed you in one of the other David Allen videos, there will be new ideas that come out of there. There also might be things that have nothing to do with anything. I might put something in there that's just a waste of space in my brain, and I get it out of there. I do a gratitude acknowledgement, whether it's journaling or whatever. I just acknowledge the things I'm appreciative for, and then that attracts more of that in your life. That's just a fact. That's the way it happens. I try to unplug as much as possible. It's not always as possible as other days. And then I'll go through looking at what my opportunities are for the week, and then that way I can kind of see them as they come down the road. Again, Sunday's an important day, so you better make sure, if you plan on having a great week, you will have a great Sunday. If you don't, you won't.